just when Christmas is right around the corner. Anywho guys, welcome back to Yummy-tastic. Bling! Christmas, the most magical time of the year. It's literally one of my favorite holidays in the entire world because Christmas is about being with your family, eating some of those delicious cookies, and dinner of course. And when it comes to opening presents, I don't care for much. Not that I like it, but I really love it. But most of the time, I mostly express the Christmas spirit like in me and out there because, you know, I love Christmas. So what's not to like? Anyway, we have Thanksgiving and Christmas. Well, Thanksgiving, it's been an honor, but as I said before, we're moving on to the next holiday, and which is our beloved, magical, special Christmas. But anyway, we're gonna start off with the soft butter cookies because the best part about them is that afterwards you get to decorate it as however you like it. Because just look at it, I mean, the possibilities are endless. You can make a snowman, but it's gonna depend on the shape and size of the cookie cutters that you have. So consider going to Ross, Target, Walmart, whatever is cheap for you if you're trying to save money for dinner or Christmas desserts or basically or Christmas gifts. It's really not that exhausting, but it's really a great way to get in the holiday spirit, so enjoy. The first step is having our dry mixture. So to start off, add 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then you're gonna whisk them until they are all combined. Now that we have our dry mixture ready, we're gonna put that aside for now and then start with a new bowl. So add 1 cup of butter, but make sure they are softened, not melted. 1.5 cups of white sugar. Oof, they're a little crazy there, am I right? And just whisk them until it is softened. Well, in other words, nice and fluffy. Then add 2 eggs, but 1 at a time because you want each of them to process into the mixture individually. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I usually use the cat method, but you are more than welcome to use a measuring spoon. And mix. And now here comes the big step, which is combining the dry mixture with the butter mixture. So you want to make sure to do this gradually because you don't want all the flour to get all over your counter. You know, have to clean it up and blah blah blah. I know it's too much. So that's why you want to add a couple of it at a time. So with a little patience, everything should work out just like that. Wow. Now after you're done mixing, get one of those plastic wraps and have it ready because that's where you're gonna place the dough. And after wrapping it tightly, you gotta chill it in the fridge for 2 hours. Now after 2 hours, have your floured surface ready because that's where you're gonna put the dough and you don't want it to stick it onto the table. Oh, and just a heads up, you can use half of the dough that you made just like I did, but you are more than welcome to use as a whole one if you're having a big party or you're having guests coming over. It's totally up to you. And then afterwards, roll it up with a rolling pin, of course. And have your cookie shaped cutters ready and press them onto the dough until it gives you that good, decent, one-of-a-kind shape. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that if you're using half of the dough, the other half can be chilled in the fridge for up to a month and then use them for another day. Bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 to 10 minutes or until edges are barely brown. This is the easiest way to make cookie icing, so you're going to start off by adding 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 teaspoons of light corn syrup, and then 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla or almond extract. Okay, now give that a whisk for a little while until they are all combined. And the last ingredient is milk. So the amount of milk is going to depend on your preferred consistency. So keep in mind that if you go a little too far, then you could always add a little bit more powdered sugar. If you don't have any milk at home, then you're more welcome to use water as a substitute for milk. And trust me, it's going to taste the same as with the milk. And you could also double this recipe. After the cookies have been baked, place them on a rack to cool down for about, I would say, 5 minutes to 8 minutes before decorating. In the meantime, I'm gonna start with my icing colors. So for this step, this is totally up to you. You can choose any color you want and decorate it however you like. If this is your first time decorating cookies, then I'd be happy to tell you that you will want to start off with the outline, because when it comes to adding the filling afterwards, you don't want it to run it all over the cookie and it would just, mess up pretty much everything. And here is a perfect example on how I outline the cookies. And then you just gotta put it aside and let them dry for about 5 to 8 minutes. One thing to keep in mind is that when it comes to outlining the cookies, you want to be consistent, because not only you want it to make it look pretty, but you also want it to make it strong enough for all the sides to, hold the filling from running all over the cookie. The best part about decorating the cookies, well, for me, is basically taking control on however you want to decorate it, and it gives best practice on improving your decorating skills, since the more practice you decorate it on the cookies, the better you'll be good at it. And when that is applied into your mind, you'll basically get the hang of it on what you're focusing on unto the most. And here, as you can see, I already added the filling, well, the yellow filling, into this star-shaped cookie, and afterwards I use a toothpick just to spread it around gently. And when adding the filling, you have to be a little bit careful because you don't want to overflow the cookie. So that's why I use the toothpick method to spread it around gently, so I can make sure if it's the right amount of filling. And for the snowman, I used a spoon to pour on the white filling onto the cookie because I didn't have another squeeze bottle, unfortunately. But you know what? That is totally fine, because the spoon is very helpful anyways, as it can help me with the filling as the same with the squeeze bottles. And now for the star cookies, I didn't have an exact idea on how I want to decorate it, so I just went with my instincts on how I wanted to decorate it. So I guess it's better than nothing. It's not perfect, but hey, it's something. However, the snowflake cookies, I had a perfect idea on how I wanted to decorate it. And let me tell you, the results is seriously on point. Very amazing on how I did it. But as for the snowman, it's gonna be a little tricky to decorate it because I want to dry the eyes and its mouth, because I want to give it as much detail as possible on, basically what a snowman looks like. And for the carrot, of course, I didn't have any orange food coloring, so what I had in mind is combining red and yellow icing, because they are considered as primary colors and they can turn into orange. And for the Christmas tree, I just did a little swirl with the green icing because it just looks cool to me, especially after the results. So this is basically how much work and effort I did to the Christmas trees. Basically nothing special, just out of random that I had in mind. However, my favorite part about it is decorating it with as much detail as possible by adding ornaments to the tree. And voila, my beautiful creations have come to life. And welcome back. Time to give this a try. Oh my god. With the glass of milk, it's gonna be perfection. I love how I did the colors on the snowman, but the flavor on the icing is just everything. Pure sugar, but it's not too sugary. It's really really decent. I mean, it's what you expect when you take a bite of this butter cookie, you know, with icing on it. Honestly, really good. Well, considering trying this, you know, with your families, if you have an extended family, then this recipe is literally calling your name, because this recipe, the best part about it is that it makes like a dozen cookies. No, twice the dozen. Trust me. I mean, this is literally your lifesaver if you're trying to throw a Christmas party or you're having guests over. So, guys, what are you waiting for? Get the recipes and make the steps as quickly as you can, because the recipe indicates you have to chill it for 2 hours in the fridge. So plan ahead, be prepared, and happy holidays. And see you next time on Yummy-tastic. Later, and bye! Ooh. Still good. Oh no, I got some on my bed.